Okay, so the next step now, let's just finish this to actually display data. Let's go to Excel Reader. I'm going to copy most of this code. In fact, I'll copy all of the code here. Do a Control C. Let me see here. In fact, no. Copy from workbook to here. And that should be it. Control C. And let's go to Shape DAO. And right there, I'll do a Control V. I'll save this right here. This is complaining because I'm missing this particular item. Let's go to Excel Reader. And I'll grab this information right here. Let's do a Control C here. And add that portion here. Now this is complaining because this throws an exception. And notice that we're not throwing any exceptions here. Now, let's go back to the Excel Reader here. And if you notice here, this guy says it throws an exception. And this is something that we haven't got a chance to talk to about 100%. But I want you to think of this code. The person who created this code, or the creator of this code, knows that something can go wrong. So what it's telling you is that you have to be ready. And in Java, when you throw an exception, you have to catch it and handle it. So I'll give you an example of what we're going to do here. I'm going to highlight this portion here all the way to the loop. I'm going to right click here. And I'm going to say here source. Is it source? No, not source. I'm looking for quick fix. Oh, surround with. You want to surround with a try-catch block. Now, the reason you're seeing all these try-catches, or I mean these catches right here, is that the person who ever created this particular object right here, notice that these are the things that could go wrong. So these are all of the type of exceptions that you can handle. So let me do Control-Shift-F just to format this a little bit better. So again, these are the different types of errors that can happen. I can have an encrypted documentation error, invalid format, IO exception. Any one of these errors can happen. Excuse me, I apologize. Now, what that means for you is that maybe if this error happens, you send a different type of message to the users. If this happens, you send a different type of message, or this happens. Now, for what we're doing, we're not going to have all these types of error. Any error that we find, we're going to stop the program. So what I like to do here is I'm just going to test for a regular exception. And what that allows me to do is I don't need all these try-catch blocks, because a regular exception will catch every type of exception. Okay, so this will handle every exception. This is a general one. If you want more specific ones, you can go back to the way we had it. Okay, so let's save it. Now I want to get rid of the system out print line, because the system out print line should not be here, because you want to be able to control your code, or you control the data coming out. And I'll go over what I mean by that in a second. Okay, in fact, you know what, I'll keep it here for a second, and if I save it, okay, and I'll run it, let's just run it. I want you to realize is that this data that's coming out, it's not coming from here. It's coming because we're running the find all. This find all is now running this loop, which this is the printout. So in fact, just to make it clear, I'm going to say inside here. That way we know it's coming from the inside of that class. Let's run this driver again. And notice it's coming from the inside. It's not coming from out here. Now, the reason that's important is if I need to manipulate this data or filter out in some way from the client code right here, I can't do that because I'm just grabbing all this data is just being printed out no matter what. Okay, so we want to fix that. All right, next video we'll continue that.